folks, and happy 2026. I figured I'd do a year-long recap here and just take a look at some of the things that the channel has done over the past year and just try to get some information from you about what you want to see coming up here. So we take a look here, we'll go through the basic stats and then we'll dive in a little bit more here. We got 109,000 views in the year. Watch time was it 11,700 hours of watch time, which is ridiculous. We added 460 subscribers, and we have all of that. You can see there's some spikes and then some kind of lowly areas, and that's all fine. For whatever reason, the beginning of the year last year really spiked up crazy as far as views go. If we scroll on down here, we can kind of see the trend. Our top content for the entire year was Beginner's Guide, which is one of the things that I published way early on at the beginning of this channel. I think it was like the third or fourth or fifth video I ever published on this channel. But then we had the Last Starship, which I actually want to go back and do more of because they've updated a bunch of stuff and I want to play it again. I just need to find the time to do that. And the final one that I'll talk about here is Fantasy Map Simulator, which is taken off for some reason here. I should also mention that AV Assembly has had lots of updates here very recently as well, and I want to get back into that game because there's a whole bunch of new stuff that's been added that I want to explore and see what exactly is working. And you can see our overall views. We've had 2.4 million impressions. All this stuff is down, and that's okay. I do this for fun, so it's not a big deal for me. We'll take a look here for audience retention. YouTube gives you so much stuff; it's kind of ridiculous. But if we take a look here, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 Lucky Lake. After 30 seconds, 99% of people who viewed that video were still watching it, which is crazy high, especially when you continue farther down. And you can see some of my worst ones here. Final Factory, which I love that game, but it didn't get a lot of love on the channel, and that's okay. We have all of that. That's our intro, our top moments. We take a look. We started off with our big episode 1 of the new planet inside of Mindustry. Puffin Plains has had some big spikes of stuff, and then obviously the Dinos and Dynasties DLC for Parkitect, big time draws there. If we go with spikes, as far as big spikes in views, where we had kind of unveiled what the different things were for all that, we got the Green New Deal Simulator for some reason, and then we can look at dips of where people did not enjoy stuff, and we see that there's a clear dip off there in the first little bit of that video. So there's all kinds of cool stuff that we can get down here. If we go farther down, how people found us overall, most people just found it through browse features. That was a third of the people who watched our videos did that. Playlist accounted for 18.6. YouTube search counts for 19 or 16.9, and kind of going down through that. If we took a look at external stuff, Google search is number 1. I don't know, like DuckDuckGo. Brave, it's a web browser, right? YouTube search, Fantasy Map Simulator accounted for a good portion of that overall traffic. Suggested videos, Last Starship was number 1 there, and then playlist, our Mindustry campaign over there. We still have our top videos here overall of 2025, which got all of that. But let's go back and take a look at our audience now. If we take a look at audience, we're at 460 subscribers with a monthly audience around 4,000 people, which is fantastic. It's super cool. Audience behavior, 90% of us are new viewers, a couple of us are casual viewers, and 1.9 or 1.2, excuse me, percent are what are considered regular viewers. What's been popular? The Beginner's Guide was super popular. Fantasy Map Simulator, Uber Urban, and then we go through that. If we keep going down here farther, we can take a look and see when people are on YouTube, and it tends to be around lunchtime, especially on weekends. It tends to be around lunchtime or on Tuesdays for whatever reason. 5 o'clock, we get a big dip in the number of people there. We take a look at the formats. Pretty much everybody watches videos. I have 0 shorts on there. That's something I've been thinking of doing, but I don't know if I have the bandwidth for that, quite honestly. And then live, I don't do any live stuff, although I thought about it doing some streaming stuff. I don't know. Again, it's just not my deal. I don't want to sit there and have to, I don't know, worry about all the things that streaming involves, because I just want to play video games, and the lower entry, the more games I get to play. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. A couple of you guys have the subscribe notification bell turned on. Awesome. Thank you for that. Most of you are watching on computers with not too far behind on TVs. And if you're like me, I watch all of my YouTube for the most part on a TV. That's where I live on YouTube, or my tablet. Those are my two kind of devices that I primarily use for YouTube watching. Going farther down, most of our watch time, 88.8%, comes from people who are not subscribed. Our top cities or top geographies, we have the US, followed by the UK, and then it trails off real fast after that. Most people do not watch with subtitles, and then we have some people with English, and then it trails off pretty significantly after that. This is a very male heavy dominated audience, and most of the people who watch this tend to be between 18 and 44. We get very few that fall outside of that range. And then just quickly to go back and compare that to 2024, you can see that everything was up compared to what we had before. Our views, our watch time, and our subscribers were all up, and that's totally fine. Not a big deal. I think a lot of that driver was the Minor Street Beginners campaign. You see it had 18,000 views in 2024, but in 2025, it had only 7,700. So it didn't get as much love, and that's okay. But there we go. That's kind of the roundup of the channel as it did overall for the year. Please let me know what you think, what you want to see, what's working for you, what's not. I have a lot of new games coming up that I'm excited about. Some are old games that I haven't played on this channel before, and some are new games that nobody's really played much before. So let me know what you think and what you want to see and what I can do to make this channel better for you. But folks, as always, thank you so much for joining me. I really do deeply appreciate your time. Let me know what I can do better for you, and we'll get going from there. Thanks again. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.